Hello and welcome to today's class. So today it's an hour-long flow class with a main focus on breath, predominantly Ujjayi breath. And I will do a little tutorial at the start of class on Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. And it can really help you to get deeper into poses and help you with lifting, folding, bending, because the breath's going to give you that extra oomph to lift or fold more comfortably, if you like. So enjoy the class. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to start in seated pose for a change. So make sure you can sit comfortably and then just come to seated pose. If you've got a yoga block and you want to pop that under your hips to kind of elevate yourself a little bit to sit more comfortably, that can help, or a cushion or a book. See what's going to feel good for you. In fact, I'm not going to use the block because it's too high. And then just find your comfortable, easy seated pose with your feet crossed at the ankles or like a half lotus, whatever's going to feel nice for you, because we're going to stay here for a few minutes. So it's got to be comfortable. Any knee discomfort, obviously, just bring your legs out in front of you. So to start off, just having your hands resting on your knees. Close your eyes. Push down into your sits bones and start to lengthen the spine. So that feeling of from your lower back, your sacrum, just finding length, drawing up like you've got an invisible kind of rope on the top of your head that's drawing your head up, lengthening the neck, lifting your ears a little bit closer away from your shoulders, shoulders pulling down softly, and your core, your belly button, your Uddiyana Bandha, drawing up and in to support your lower back. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill your lungs and exhale through the nose. Release the chest, release your shoulders. In through the nose. And exhale, let the shoulders slide down. In through the nose. And exhale, release those shoulders down. Now on your next inhale, we're going to hold the breath. So inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. In your head, I want you to visualize a square, a rectangle, a quadrilateral, any four-sided shape. And on the in-breath, you're going to travel from the one bottom corner up to the one top corner. And then you're going to hold it across the top of the quadrilateral. And then you're going to exhale down the other side. And then you're going to hold, traveling along the bottom edge. That visual can just really help with the breath. So inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4, and down, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Across, hold your breath. And down, exhale, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Down, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. Open your eyes. And next we're coming to Ujjayi breath. And we worked on this quite a long time ago now. So when you're using Ujjayi breath, it's a constriction at the back of your throat is kind of the sense you want to get. So if you hold your hand in front of your face and you're going to exhale through your mouth and you're going to force the breath out onto the palm of your hand by constricting the back of your throat. So take a deep breath in. It's sometimes called ocean breath because it is a bit like the sound that a wave might make. And if you go to a yoga class in real life, sometimes you'll often hear people around you with that breath. It's quite loud. It's audible. You can hear it. And that breath is what can really help you. It took me a long time to get into doing Ujjayi breath, a really, really long time. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide. Quite a strong constriction. Somebody compared it to the breath that Marge Simpson makes when she's cross with Homer, that kind of kind of growly sound. So now we're just going to try Ujjayi breath just with your mouth closed. So inhale through the nose. Really fill your lungs and exhale. You're sort of pressing the air, forcing the air through your throat. And it does feel weird at first, but over time it becomes second nature. So we'll do 3 more deep Ujjayi breaths. Inhale. In. And 1 more. Deep inhale. You might get a bit lightheaded. And then just returning to your normal breath pattern. It is a bit weird because sometimes you do kind of feel that rush to your head with that kind of deep breathing. So do be careful during class that if you ever get dizzy, like from a downward dog or in a deep fold, when you come back up out of it, move super, super slowly and always keep your chin tucked to your chest so that you don't get that lightheaded dizziness. So we're going to now come to lying on the mat. So I want you to lie with your legs fully extended, feet and knees together, arms just by your side. Make sure you've got room up overhead because we're going to be bringing the arms up. Now pull the toes in towards you really, really tightly. Straighten the legs. Your heels might be lifting off the mat. Take a deep breath in. On the out breath, point the toes away from you. Inhale, pull the toes in, draw belly button up and in. Exhale, keep the core engaged, point the toes away from you. Really stretch out the top of your feet. Inhale, toes up, belly button engaged. And exhale, point the toes away from you. Now on your next inhale, pull the toes up and in, lift the arms overhead. Reach them long behind you, pull the toes in towards you, stretch the arms further. Palms are facing up. Exhale, point the toes away from you, reach the arms further. Maybe feel a lift around your rib cage, your waist. Now, if your lower back is arching, try and just draw it gently down just a little bit. And then on your next inhale, draw one knee into the chest. Squeeze it in tightly. As you exhale, start to stretch the foot up to the ceiling, hands behind the thigh, point the toe. On your next inhale, start walking up the back of your leg and pause. As you exhale, walk down, head and shoulders release. Inhale, coming up maybe a bit higher. And exhale, walk hands down, release. 1 more time. Inhale up to ankle, or maybe you can reach the foot. Wherever you're at, get that leg as straight as you can. Start to breathe more normally here. We're staying here for a few breaths. And maybe pull your nose to knee, knees to nose. See how that feels. It's tight on the hamstrings. You're stretching them out. And then slowly walk hands down the back of the leg. Release head and shoulders. Hug knee into the chest. And then swap sides. Right knee coming into the chest. Squeezing it in towards you. And then release the foot up to the ceiling, point the toe. Hands behind the thighs, head and shoulders on the mat to start. First, let's get that leg really nice and straight. Try and get it as straight as you can. And then hands behind the thighs. Deep inhale as you walk up. And exhale, Ujjayi breath as you release down. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. Last one. Inhale up, maybe hands to ankle, maybe reaching the foot. Pause here. On your next inhale, can you lift your head closer to knee, knee closer to head? Breathing here, don't hold the breath for another 3, another 2, another 1. Walk the hands down, hug the knee into the chest, squeeze it in. And then we're going to swap legs again. So right leg extend, or whichever leg, draw the other knee in. Now hold on to that knee, with whichever hand is the raised knee, opposite hand to opposite hip. And then just slowly draw the knee out to the side, drawing it down until you feel a deep inner thigh stretch. Pausing here. And then release that knee back. Bring the sole of the foot onto the thigh. Bring the opposite hand onto the knee. The other arm is just going to reach out to the side. And then start pulling that knee over to the other side, but don't let the shoulder lift. Pulling over for a lovely little lower back twist. Do not let opposite shoulder lift. Breathing here with every deep inhale. Lengthen the spine. Every exhale, can you pull that knee just the tiniest bit further, another millimeter, but both shoulders firmly on the mat. And then slowly release back to center and swap legs. Other knee coming into the chest. Squeeze it in. And then the hand that's on the same side as the knee holds the knee, opposite hand to opposite hip. Slowly draw that knee out to the side until you feel inner thigh and a hip stretch. Pausing here. Try and relax the shoulders. Hard, I know. And on your next inhale, bring the knee up, swap hands, put the foot on top of the thigh, opposite hand stretched out to the other side, and then start pulling yourself over to the side, turn head in opposite direction, both shoulders firmly on the mat. Feel that lovely lower back twist. Breathing here. And then slowly releasing back to center and bring both knees into the chest, hands around the shins. Take a little rock from side to side, massaging that lower back. You can turn the head as well if that feels nice for you. And then pause. Slide the soles of your feet together. Bring your knees out wide. Reach between your legs and take both feet into your hands. Pull the feet down towards your bottom. Pausing here. Reset your shoulders. Draw the shoulders down. Length into the neck. And then on your next inhale, extend one leg long out to the side. You can hold the side of your foot. You can hold the big toe, whatever's going to feel nicer for you, but try and get that leg as straight as you can. Push that heel away. And then release the foot back to meet the other foot. Inhale, other leg extending long, push the heel away. And release. Now, either doing one leg at a time again or extending both legs, trying to get them as straight as possible. Now, your shoulders are probably going to lift if you're trying this. So actively pull the shoulders down. Let go of any tension in your arms. So your hands are just deepening the straddle. Shoulders are easing down to the mat and legs are working on getting straight. And then bend the knees, bring the feet back in together and pause with your feet up. Keep them lifted. Bring your arms between your legs. Take hold of the back edges of your feet. On your next inhale, lift head and shoulders.
Try and slide your shoulders behind your knees. Look between your legs, kind of like a curled up, upside down bug. Breathing here. On every inhale, lift the feet further. Every exhale, slide the shoulders behind the knees a tiny bit more. And we're going to stay here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly, slowly, slowly release the legs. Head and shoulders. Wrap your arms around your shins and squeeze your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in, and as you do, lift head and shoulders. Can you tap your nose to your knees, pausing in your little ball? And then exhale, release head and shoulders. Hands behind the thighs and rocking and rolling up and down your spine a few times to then bring yourselves up to your comfortable cross-legged seat poses. So have a go at bringing the sole of one foot to the opposite inner thigh and then the other foot coming in front of the shin. So that's going to bring your knees a little lower. If it's too much for your knees, keep them more crossed at the ankle, but just give it a try, see how it feels. If it feels fine like this, you could always bring the foot up and come into a half lotus. I can't see your feet on the screen, but I'm going to assume you're all in a beautiful seated pose. Excellent. Hands resting on your thighs. Shoulders squeeze up to the ears. They squeeze backwards. They slide down and come forwards. So with the breath, inhaling up and back, exhaling down and forwards. Inhaling and exhaling, really deep rotations. In and out. One more time. And exhale, pause, change direction. Squeeze them back, up, forwards and down. So inhale back and up. Exhale forwards and down. And exhale. In and out. And one more for luck. Back and up, forwards and down. Beautiful. Now reset your spine. Imagine your spine is being pulled, finding that length, growing your spine. So you're pushing into your sits bones, you're lifting your torso. Now imagine I've got your head and I'm just gently lifting your head, growing length in your neck, 7 vertebrae in your neck, keeping them nice and long, shoulders drawing down. Nice posture, and just bring your shoulder blades a tiny bit behind you. None of us want to end up as old people with that kind of hunchy thing going on. So lovely straight spines, shoulders are down. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, just turn your head over one shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other shoulder. Inhale back to center. Now bring your right arm out and up. Drape fingertips over the left temple. Reach left arm long on the mat. Very gently, so you're not yanking your head, but very gently try and get your ear to the shoulder. And you'll feel a really deep stretch down the neck, the top of the shoulder, and down into your bicep and maybe tricep. Breathing here. And slowly release, coming to the other side. Just really gently at first, and then with each breath, perhaps finding a bit more length, but never pull too far. No pain in yoga ever. Breathing here. And slowly release. Turn your hands to face backwards. Bring your hands together behind you. Interlace fingers. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Arms disappearing behind you. Really lovely. Now on your next inhale, look up. As you exhale, Ujjayi breath coming forwards, just about halfway. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forwards a little bit more. Arms coming up higher.
Inhale, lift up, lungs are full. And exhale, Ujjayi breath, coming deeper still.
Pausing here, can you straighten your arms? Can you lift them a tiny bit higher? Breathe here. And on your next deep breath in, start to bring yourself up on the inhale. As you exhale, release the hands, release the shoulders. Should feel nice. Now bring your right arm in front of you, palm is facing down. Left arm underneath it. Pull the right arm to the left and look over your right shoulder. Stretching out your scapula, the back of your shoulders, and turning the head a tiny bit more. Turn your eyeballs a tiny bit more. And release. Inhale, left arm in front, right arm across. And exhale, pull them over, turn head the other way. A couple of breaths here. Can you turn your head a tiny bit more? And then gently release. Bringing your right arm out in front of you, thumb is up. Left arm underneath, thumb is up. Start to bring your hands to eagle arms. Maybe your palms reach. Maybe you just kind of grab hold of your fingers so that you're not going to lose your grip. Now, keeping the arms nicely folded, inhale, lift your elbows. Keep lifting and keep lifting on the inhale. Ujjayi breath, exhale, pull belly button up and in and bring your chin to your chest, arms coming forwards. Deep breath in. Looking up and Ujjayi breath, holding forwards. In. Lift those elbows and exhale, folding forwards. 2 more times. Inhale, lift those elbows a bit higher. And exhale, folding forwards. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Last time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. On your next inhale, lift to neutral, release your arms. Give your hands a rotate, your arms a rotate. And then just give them a shake. Eagle arms is quite strong. We're going to revisit it later in class in full eagle pose. So left arm out, thumb is up. Right arm underneath. Turning, bringing hands together. And then reset your elbows. So Ujjayi breath, inhale, lift. Exhale, folding chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. In and up. Out and forward. In, lift. And out, forward. One more here. Lifting on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Coming to neutral, release, and again, just do whatever's going to feel good for your arms and shoulders. A little kind of weird flapping. And then we're going to do shrug asana. So inhale, shoulders to ears, and let them drop. Squeeze them up. And exhale. One more time. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale. And just a little jiggle here. So we're just going to come over onto all fours tabletop. Choices are rolling over your knees and then bringing your feet out behind you, or bring your feet to the side and take your tabletop in the way that works best for your body. And I want you to really focus now on alignment. So hands shoulder width. To check if they're proper shoulder width, you can bring your forearms down, wrap your arms around your elbows and check on your mat. That's your perfect shoulder width. Have a look between you, underneath you, your legs. Is there roughly a clenched fist width between your knees? Roughly, that's your hip distance. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Push into the hands, engage your arm muscles, backs of the shoulders are engaged. Now drop your belly, lift your tailbone. Really, really lift that tailbone as high as it will go. And then pushing into hands and knees, draw belly button up and in as you lift to your cat. Releasing down to your cow. Give that tailbone a tiny little lift up again. And pushing into hands and knees, coming up to your cat. We're going to pause in cat. Now, keeping your length in your arms and belly button pulling up and in, you're going to start to draw circles over your hands and knees. So you're going to come backwards a little bit, out to the side, coming forwards, other side, and then back. And I want you to challenge yourself and bring your shoulders quite a bit in front of your wrists, so you'll feel it on the backs of your wrists. Strengthening. Keep the arms really nice and long. And the next time you are with your hips closer to heels, pause, change direction. Inhale out to the side and forwards. Exhale, other side and back. Deep Ujjayi breath, easing out over your wrists and knees. Maybe a couple more rounds on this side. And then coming to all fours. Beautiful. Keeping your hands under your shoulders, knees under hips. Just lift one hand a couple of centimeters off the mat. Put it down. Other hand. Cat padding. Moving from one arm to the other. Thinking about which core muscles you're engaging. So pause maybe with one hand lifted. Feel around your middle, around your abdomen, your lower back. Which muscles are kicking in? And then you're going to pause on all fours. On your next inhale, I want you to lift your left hand. Follow it with the gaze as you lift that hand up, twisting up, looking up. And as you exhale, thread the needle under the arm and bring left cheek, left shoulder to the mat. You can relax down here. And then I want you to lift your right arm up, spread the fingers wide. Bend the elbow, take hold of the left hip crease. On your next inhale, draw that right shoulder open, getting a deeper twist in your back. Breathing here for another 3, another 2, another 1. Inhale, lift the arm up from behind you, place it in front of your face. And then push into the hand. Lift that left arm up, looking up. And release left hand, coming to the other side. Push down into that left hand, fire up those core muscles. Inhale, lift that right arm up, twisting up as high as you can. Exhale, thread the needle, coming down, right cheek, right shoulder to the mat. Inhale, lift the left arm up behind you, spread fingers wide, and exhale, bend the elbow, bring fingers to hip crease. Inhale, squeeze that left shoulder behind you. And we're going to stay here, deep, slow, even Ujjayi breaths. So another 3, another 2, another 1. Inhale, release left arm up, bringing it down in front of your face. Push into the hand, twisting up with the right arm, looking up. And release it down. Let's take a nice little back stretch. So hips stay above knees. Walk your hands in front of you. Keep the hips over the knees. Slide the hands further away. Chest and forehead coming down towards the mat. Maybe forehead reaches the mat. You could always pop a block or a cushion underneath your forehead if your forehead isn't on the mat. And keep creeping your hands a little bit further away. Feel that deep arm stretch. The stretch should be going into your armpits, around the back of your shoulders. Beautiful breath. And releasing the chest down a little bit with every exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale, sink the chest down. Inhale. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, lift your head. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Now keep the hands where they are. Release your hips down to your heels. You can bring your knees wide if that's more comfortable. And then release your forearms, your forehead to the mat. Relax down in child pose. Can you draw your hips closer to your heels? Can you relax your shoulders even more? Sometimes it's more comfortable to bring your elbows out wide, releasing the shoulders down a little bit more. See what works for your body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw the hips down to heels. Deep breath in. Exhale, relax your shoulders even more. Deep breath in. Exhale, sink your body even lower. On your next inhale, slide your arms long away from you. Spread your fingers wide. Lift your head. And lifting your bottom up, tuck your toes. Coming up to our first down dog of the day. And I want you to pedal your legs. So push one heel to the mat, bend the other knee. Swapping to the other side. And you can pause on each side to deepen the stretch if that feels nice for you. One leg at a time. And then pause. Look at your hands. Are they shoulder width? Push into your hands, trying to get your chest closer to your thighs. Lift the hips. Lower the heels in your perfect inverted V shape. Now give your head a little nod, a little shake, release the neck. And then I want you to push every part of your fingers and hands into the mat. Push your hips higher. Draw your shoulders up and away from your ears. And then bend the knees a little bit. Look forwards and walk slowly up to the top of your mat, coming to a deep fold. Bend your knees so deeply that your belly and chest rest on your thighs. Now look down at your feet. Are your big toes touching? Are your heels roughly a clenched fist width apart? Tuck your chin into your chest. Lift your toes, spread them wide, place them down. Push into the feet to start to lift. Arms are going to dangle. Super, super slow roll up, chin to chest. One vertebra at a time, straightening as you lift. Knees slowly straightening. Chin is still tucked to chest. As you start to straighten, start to lift your head. Start to bring your arms out to the side. Palms facing up, looking up as hands meet. And then drawing hands to heart center. Pausing at the top of your mats. Quick body scan. Lift your toes, spread them wide. Big toes touch. Lift the arches of your feet. Try and squeeze your instep up by squeezing the muscles on the top of your feet. And then release. Push into your heels to straighten your legs. Lift your kneecaps, the fronts of your thighs. From your lower back, drawing down between your butt cheeks underneath you, pulling belly button up and in. Spine is lengthening, shoulders pulling down, neck is long. Uddiyana Bandha firmly engaged. We're going to move slowly for our first round of sun salutations. Inhale, arms down, out to the side, up, looking up. Pull belly button up and in. Turn palms outwards. Exhale, as you slowly, with soft knees, swan dive, hands either side of the feet, nose to knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward, and on the same exhale, step the right foot back. On your next inhale, lengthen the spine, look forwards. On the next exhale, step the left foot back to join the right. And lower the knees, chest, chin on the same exhale. Inhale, lifting up to your baby cobra. And exhale, tuck your toes. And we are down back in our downward facing dog. Next, inhale, right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Look forward, exhale, step it or move it between your hands. Lifting, looking forwards on your next inhale. And exhale, step foot forwards, nose to knees. Inhale, reverse the swan dive. Hands lift, looking up. And exhale, pull hands down, pull belly button up and in, returning to start pose, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms out and up, maybe a back bend. Exhale, swan dive to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step the left foot back. Inhale, lift to fingertips, looking in front of you. Exhale, step the right foot back, pausing in plank, deep breath in. As you exhale, lower the knees, chest and chin, elbows hugging your rib cage. Inhale, slide to your baby cobra. Exhale, pushing to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Look forward, exhale, step it between your hands. Inhale, lift your gaze, looking forward. And exhale, right foot forward to your fold. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, can you straighten your legs a little bit more? Inhale. As you exhale, can you bring your nose closer to your knees? Next, inhale, arms reaching out as we reverse swan dive, hands lifting, gaze lifts. And exhale, hands to heart center, Uddiyana Bandha, drawing up. Take a moment here, deep breath in. Exhale, push into your feet a little bit more. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift the kneecaps and the fronts of the thighs. Deep inhale. Exhale from your lower back, drawing underneath you, Uddiyana Bandha, drawing up and in. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Strong mountain pose. Inhale, arms out and up to your back bend. Exhale, pull your belly button up and in as you swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now, in your deep, deep fold here, I want you to try and straighten your legs a little bit. I want you to try and keep your belly and chest close to the thighs. Try and push into the feet, and you're going to kind of shift your weight a teeny bit forward here to get the legs even straighter. Breathing here, keep working on straightening those legs. It's hard, but the goal is to get them as straight as you can, and your belly and your chest are kind of pushing towards the thighs. On your next inhale, lift the right foot, step it back, and then the left foot back on the same inhale. On your next exhale, you're either going to do knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, hinging at the elbows, lowering down to the mat. Hover. Inhale, cobra or up dog. In up dog, knees are lifted, tops of the feet are on the mat. And exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, exhale, sweep it between your hands, coming up, warrior one. Thinking about our train tracks rather than a tightrope. So feet are roughly hip width apart. Back foot heel is further back, toes are cutting in a little bit. Hips and shoulders facing forwards. And maybe you slide your feet a little bit further away from each other. Pausing here. Draw the shoulders up, back and down. Pull Uddiyana Bandha up and in. And then bending and straightening, adjusting your stride length as you need to come to your perfect warrior one legs. Think about that back leg. Have a look. Is it as straight as you can humanly get it? Are you lifting the kneecap and the front of the thigh? Now think about your hips. Are your hips facing forward? Are your shoulders aligned over your hips? Look at the front knee. Is it at a 90-degree bend? Can you find a bit more space to sink your hips down? Now have a look at that front foot. Can you see the big toe? If you can't see your big toe, your knee is either too far forward or coming into center too much.
So make sure that you can see that big toe, then release arms out and up, reaching up, looking up. Sink your center of gravity a little bit lower. Inhale, straighten the arms a bit more. Exhale, pull shoulders away from ears. Inhale, looking up a little bit more. And exhale, sinking your hips the tiniest bit more. On your next inhale, release the hands, bringing them behind you. Squeeze the shoulders. As you exhale, folding forwards, right shoulder, inside knee, coming to your humble warrior. Inhale, lifting the arms up a little bit higher. Exhale, sinking your head a little bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Find a bit more space. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Let go of the hands. Bring them either side of the right foot. Inhale. Step the right foot back, taking your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Elbows are going backwards. Shoulders are lowering down to a hover. Inhale to your up dog. And exhale, roll over toes. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high behind you. Look forward, sweep step, or move the foot between your hands. Lower the right heel and coming up, warrior one on the other side. So, like we did on the other side, look back. Is your foot at roughly, 30, 45-degree angle, toes further in than your heels? Straighten that back leg, squeeze the kneecap. Draw your hips forward. If they won't go fully forward, move your front foot out to the left a little bit more. And then bending and straightening that front knee. Thinking about your 90-degree bend in your knee, sinking nice and low. Straighten that back leg. Check your front foot. Can you see the big toe? Now reset hips and shoulders forwards. Inhaling, arms out and up. Exhale, sink a little lower. Inhale, reach the arms further, spread the fingers wider. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, length. And exhale, pull the shoulders down and away from your ears. On your next inhale, hands reaching behind you, fingers interlaced behind you, squeeze shoulders together. Exhale, folding forwards, shoulder inside knee, arms coming up. Inhale, length into your spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, straighten those arms a bit more. And exhale, folding a little deeper. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, hands either side of the front foot and step back and take your plank. Pausing here in your plank. I'm going to come sideways on for this. So lower your left knee, bring the left foot behind you. Left hand under shoulder, right arm lifting to a supported side plank. You can stay here or you can lift that top leg. If you're lifting the top leg, flex the foot, pull the toes towards you. Nice. Now bring your arm up and over so your bicep is by the ear. Feel the stretch down the right side body. Breathing here. Now point the toe away from you. Reach that arm even longer. Point the toe further. Feel a really deep right body side stretch. For another 5, another 4, another 3, another 2, another 1, and release it down to all fours, tabletop. Beautiful. Bring your left foot behind you, flip your right foot behind you, setting up without going through a chaturanga. So right knee is down, right hand is down, left arm lifts. You're looking for 6 o'clock arms. So check, have you got 6 o'clock arms? Now engage your core and lift that left leg, flex the foot. Finding your balance here. And then bicep, left bicep to left ear, point the toes away from you. Really get that lovely, lovely stretch through your rib cage, your waist, hip, leg. Breathing here for another 5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Bring both hands to the mat. Bring your knees mat width, big toes touch. Take a moment in child pose. Strong, strong yogis. Somebody asked me the other day in a class, will I lose weight doing yoga? Will I, is it a good way to get thinner? And I said, you might not lose weight, but what you will do is build muscle, you'll build strength, flexibility, and kind of set your body up for aging, because we all age, whether we like it or not. Keeping your spine nice and long, strong. Strong legs, strong arms. And then on your next inhale, I want you to just kind of slide your forearms flat to the mat, slide your legs behind you, and we're coming to a Sphinx pose. So elbows are under shoulders. Check that they are actually under your shoulders. Forearms flat to the mat, fingers spread nice and wide. A little bit of lower back strength. So I want you to spread your fingers wide on your mat. And then I want you to try, without lifting your fingers, hands, or forearms, just kind of draw the arms back like you're trying to pull the floor or the mat towards you. That's going to push your hip bones more into the mat, your pelvic bones more into the mat. And I want you to really push your hips down. And then to start off with, all you're going to do is inhale, lift your head, look up to the ceiling, but keep pulling on the hands. Exhale, draw chin to chest. Keep pulling on those arms. Inhale, lift your head, look up. And exhale, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, coming up. Keep pushing your hips into the mat. And exhale, chin to chest. Now, if that feels good, you can stay with that. Otherwise, bring your hands and elbows out wider. So they're, I don't know, wider than your shoulders. Push into the hands, and on your next inhale, you're going to start to lift up. Maybe arms coming straight, but hips still pushing into the mat. As you exhale, elbows come wider, lowering down to the mat, and bring your forehead to the mat. Inhale, pushing up, lifting up, maybe looking up. And exhale, lowering slowly, forehead to the mat. Inhale. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, neck is long. And exhale, releasing down. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, folding, releasing down. Keep your forehead down, bend your knees. And then just let your feet just kind of windshield wipe behind you, moving from side to side. This should feel good for your lower back. And then we're going to pause. I want you to bring your big toes together. And then I want you to reach your left hand behind you, take hold of the top of the left foot. Right hand takes hold of the top of the right foot. Big toes are still touching. Now bring your knees a little bit wider. And then push your hips into the mat. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, arms along. On your next inhale, I want you to push your hips into the mat. Start to lift your forehead, your chest. Pull the legs up, pull the knees up. And on your next exhale, slowly lower down. Release, but don't let go of the feet. Inhale, shoulders away from ears as you lift up, looking straight in front of you. And exhale, releasing it down. Inhale, lift up. And we're going to pause here. And if it feels nice, which it might not do, particularly if you're male, you can kind of rock and roll forward in a rocking motion in your bow pose. But only if that feels nice. Otherwise, just stay here. Keep trying to lift the feet up higher. Kick your feet against your hands. Squeeze your shoulder blades together for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring your hands underneath your forehead. Make a pillow. You can just move your feet again from side to side. Bent knees, just easing out the lower back. Or you can just let them drop to the ground, to the mat, and take a little moment. Relax your shoulders. Catch your breath. Relaxing here.
And then I want you to lift your head, and I want you to bring your right arm out to the side and make sure it's at shoulder height. So wrist, elbow, shoulder, all in a line. And then I want you to place your chest back down. I want you to bring your left arm in front of you at shoulder's height. And then I want you to start rolling, pushing yourself through the left hand so that you're coming onto your right shoulder. And it's a really nice shoulder and arm stretch. And you might want to stay here and just feel that lovely shoulder and arm stretch. If you do want to take it further, lift the left leg, bring the left leg behind you, put the foot on the mat, knee to the ceiling, makes it a much deeper stretch. If you're fine here and you want to take it to the final stretch, bring the left arm up behind you and bring it to your right hip. Deep, deep stretch, but pause, stop wherever you start to feel any tension. Try and focus on the breath here. Deep inhale. As you exhale, see if you can relax yourself down. Hard here, I know. Deep breath in. And exhale, can you turn your eyeballs to the left? Can you lift that left knee a bit higher if the leg is behind you? To come out of it, start to bring the leg back. Bring the left hand in front of your face and roll round onto your forehead. Other side, left arm on the mat or the floor, hand, elbow, shoulder in alignment, left cheek to the mat. Right hand in front of your face. Push yourself, roll yourself over onto the left hip. This might be enough for you. Or you might want to lift the right leg, knee to ceiling, foot flat on the mat behind you. Or lift the right arm, bending it behind you to the opposite hip crease. Pausing here, deep breath in. As you exhale, try and relax that shoulder. Deep inhale. Can you lift that knee a bit higher if your leg is behind you? Deep breath in. And exhale, can you twist the tiniest millimeter more? To come out of it, bring your hand in front of your face, bring that right leg back up and over, roll yourself onto your front, bring your hands either side of your chest. Push yourself up to all four pose, and then bring your bottom to the mat and release yourself down. I want you to come to sitting with your legs extended long in front of you. Shift the flesh away from your sits bones. Flex the feet, pull those toes really tightly up towards you. Put your hands behind you, push into the hands, grow your spine. Really nice long spine. Pull those toes in tighter towards you. And then keeping the length in your spine, release the arms out and up. And then hinging from the hips, pause halfway. A little gentle rock from side to side. And then maybe grabbing hold of those feet or the ankles or the shins. Or if you've got a strap, you can put the strap around your feet. On your next inhale, pull on your legs, length into the spine. As you exhale, bend the forearms, the elbows down, lower nose to knees, knees to nose. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, length, and exhale, deeper still. On your next inhale, lift your head, walk hands up your legs to bring yourself upright. Make sure you're about halfway down your mat and bend your knees, holding on behind the thighs. Shoulders come up, back and down, spine is long. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, coming into your boat pose, Navasana. So feet are at knee height, knees and feet are together. You can release one arm and bring it back, the other arm and bring it back, or both arms. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, pull the shoulders down. Inhale, length into the spine. Exhale, pull the knees into the chest. Inhale, reach up further, spread fingers wider. Exhale, draw the shoulders away from your ears. For another 5, another 4, breathing here. Another 3, another 2,
Another one. Big toes together, knees wide. Take hold of those big toes and come to your balancing bear straddle. Push the heels away, pull the shoulders away from ears. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, can you draw your legs to a wider straddle? Deep breath in. Exhale, pull the shoulders, grow your neck. And then on your next inhale, bring the legs together, catch behind your thighs, and super slowly release yourself down onto your mat. Bring the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze, a little rock and roll from side to side. You've worked really hard in this class, quite a strong class, but hopefully using the breath has helped. And then T-shape your arms, palms are facing up. Allow the knees to drop to one side, turn head in opposite direction. Close your eyes, relax the shoulders, relax the back, the waist, the hips. Let your knees sink down as far as they will go. Both shoulders on the mat, head turned in opposite direction. Relax. Try and slow your breath down for your count of 4 inhales and your count of 4 exhales. Picture your square, rectangle, or quadrilateral. Use that in your mind to focus the breath. And then on your next inhale, engage your Uddiyana Bandha. Bring the knees to center and slowly lower them to the other side. Head in opposite direction. Recenter your mind, your breath, your count. Relax those shoulders. Engage your core. Bring your knees back up to center and then release the feet down. Extend the right leg to the right corner, left leg to the left corner, unless you want to modify for your Shavasana. If you've got lower back issues, have the knees bent. Arms by your side, palms facing upwards. Curl your toes, squeeze the soles of your feet, squeeze the tops of your feet, around your ankles, your shins. Squeeze your calf muscles, your knees, the fronts of your thighs, the backs of your thighs, your butt cheeks. Squeeze everything so tightly your legs lift off the floor for 3, for 2, for 1, and let them drop. Curl fingers into fists. Squeeze your hands, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, your upper arms, your shoulders, your neck, your face. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Head and shoulders lift, arms lift for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Relax. Shavasana, final relaxation. Slowing your breath, relaxing every muscle in your body. The inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And out. 2, 3, 4. In. 4. 2, 3. Exhale. Relaxation. Breathing out your body.
And very slowly start moving your fingers, your toes. Rotate wrists, rotate ankles. Slide your legs together, point the feet, flex the feet a few times. And then on your next big breath in, bring the arms up long, releasing them overhead. Draw the toes in towards you as you take your full body stretch. Stretch the left side a bit more, the right side a bit more. And on your next inhale, bring the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze, a little roll from side to side. And then rolling, excuse me, onto one side, using your hands, lifting up to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose, bringing hands to heart center. Bring hands to the third eye. Now bring your elbows together, squeeze your forearms together. Keep your hands on your forehead as you bow forwards. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me